All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we are unpacking the massive technological and financial tectonic shifts revealed in Alphabet's latest SEC 10K report for the year 2025. It's a completely fascinating look under the hood of one of the world's most influential companies, especially during this period of, frankly, extreme transformation.
To really grasp the sheer scale of what we're looking at here, just consider this number. In the third quarter of 2025 alone, Alphabet delivered its first ever $100 billion quarter. I mean, wow, that is a staggering amount of revenue generated in just 3 months.
And the overall momentum? It's undeniable. Their annual revenues for 2025 blew past an astonishing $400 billion for the very first time. This level of absolute financial dominance is really the backdrop for everything else we're going to discuss today.
So here's how we're breaking down today's explainer. 1. Record-breaking 2025. 2. The AI infrastructure boom. 3. The year of the agent. 4. Beyond the search box. And finally, 5. Looming legal and competitive risks. Let's kick things off with Section 1, record-breaking 2025, the first $400 billion year. It is super fascinating to frame this massive financial growth against CEO Sundar Pichai's 10-year anniversary. In his letter to shareholders, he points out that when he took the reins back in 2015, the entire company's revenue was, well, just $75 billion. Today, a decade after his initial pivot to make Google an AI-first company, they are pulling in over 5 times that amount. Talk about a bet paying off. And this growth isn't just coming from their traditional search business anymore. Google Cloud has officially hit a $70 billion annual run rate. Meanwhile, YouTube, it has surpassed $60 billion across ads and subscriptions. And those consumer subscriptions have crossed 325 million users. They are heavily diversifying their income streams.
Moving on to Section 2, the AI infrastructure boom, scaling the physical bedrock. Now, to sustain this crazy growth and actually power the AI revolution, Alphabet is opening its wallet in a way we have rarely seen in tech history. They are literally doubling their capital expenditure, going from $90 billion last year to an eye-watering $180 billion planned for 2026. That represents a 6-fold increase in just 4 years, primarily aimed at scaling up their physical data centers and raw compute capacity. But remember, Alphabet isn't just buying chips, they're making them. Over a decade ago, they started developing early custom tensor processing units, or TPUs. Fast forward to 2025, and they are shipping Ironwood. That's their 7th-generation TPU that boasts a massive 10x performance improvement. And looking just ahead to 2026, they are already launching TPU-8 and making some really significant strides with their Willow quantum chip. This hardware momentum doesn't just happen by accident. It's built on foundational, world-class science. Underscoring all of this is the 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics, which was awarded to their chief scientist of quantum hardware, Michel Devore. Actually, fun fact, he's the 3rd Googler to receive a Nobel Prize in just the last 2 years. That's pretty wild. Of course, all the shiny new physical, cloud, and AI infrastructure needs serious protection. To lock it down, Alphabet just finalized the historic acquisition of the cybersecurity firm Wiz in March 2026. This represents the absolute largest acquisition in Google's entire history. It's a massive, necessary move to secure their platforms against evolving AI-powered threats. Which brings us to Section 3, the year of the agent. Hyper-progress in foundation models. So, transitioning from the physical hardware to the software that actually runs on it, CEO Sundar Pichai unequivocally states in the 10K, 2026 is officially the year of the agent. He explains that AI agents are officially evolving from those simple chatbots we're used to into active collaborators, ones that can actually take complex actions on your behalf across both consumer and enterprise products. And there is a massive toolkit driving this shift. They are leveraging the huge context capabilities of their new Gemini 3 model, which is totally leading the pack in reasoning. Add to that their top-tier generative media models like Veo 3.1 for video and the incredibly viral Nano Banana for images. They've even introduced the Universal Commerce Protocol that's an open standard designed to allow these new AI agents to seamlessly work together across the web. Now, if you want hard proof of just how fast things are changing internally at Google, look no further than this single metric. Today, nearly 75% of all new code at Google is AI-generated and then approved by human engineers. That is up from 50% just last fall. AI is literally writing the future of the company right now. All right, Section 4,
beyond the search box. AI in everyday products. So why does this matter to you? Well, because the adoption rates detailed in the report are just staggering. The Gemini app has already reached over 750 million monthly active users. AI overviews and search, those are now used by over 2 billion people across 200 countries. On the enterprise side, they've sold 8 million paid seats for Gemini Enterprise in just a matter of months. And out in the physical world, Waymo's momentum is in total overdrive, surpassing 20 million fully autonomous trips. AI isn't just a research project anymore. It is heavily embedded in our daily lives. Finally, Section 5, Looming Legal and Competitive Risks. The Constraints of Dominance. Now, we have to take a highly objective look at the other side of the coin here. It's really a tale of two extremes. On one hand, we have the massive financial success and market share in search, advertising, and AI infrastructure that we just broke down. But on the other hand, the report outlines the Department of Justice actively pursuing antitrust lawsuits. The DOJ is demanding structural remedies, which could potentially include breakups of core businesses like their advertising, technology, and search distribution. The 10K makes it abundantly clear. If successful, this could fundamentally alter the entire company. Alphabet is simultaneously fighting on multiple, highly complex fronts. Regulatory crackdowns span from the US DOJ to the EU AI Act and the Digital Markets Act. Physically, they are explicitly warning investors about strict constraints on the power, water, and land needed to run their massive AI compute centers. And competitively, they face shifting search habits, a surge in open-source AI rivals, and real hardware supply limits. Furthermore, the very AI they are building introduces severe new risks of its own. The report specifically warns about malicious AI use, things like sophisticated cyber attacks and synthetic media. They are also battling huge surges in AI-generated web spam and content farms that really threaten to ruin search quality. Throw in navigating incredibly complex global privacy laws regarding AI training data and ongoing copyright disputes challenging text and data mining exceptions. It's a lot to manage. And despite their record $400 billion in revenue, Alphabet warns that their profit margins are actually under heavy pressure. The immense cost of building $180 billion worth of AI data centers, fighting all these global legal battles, and shifting towards lower-margin hardware devices means the sheer cost of doing business is rising dramatically. As we wrap up this explainer and reflect on this massive transformation, we are left to wonder, can Alphabet build the future of AI fast enough to outrun the legal and physical realities they're actively trying to tie them down? It is a $180 billion gamble, and the whole world is watching. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning what's next.